I'm back. Here's this car again. I was trying to figure out the rear end gear ratio. It should be a 308 because it was from a 95 Impala or a Caprice. I believe it's an Impala, but they had a lot of options, so I was trying to figure it out. And it's so confusing. This car, super confusing. If you got one of these, I'm gonna say like this. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but don't look on any videos for anything else telling you how to figure out if it's a Posi or limited slip or whatnot, because they say all types of things like Posi's supposed to go the same way, but I know this is a Posi unit, and when you jack it up, the wheels go opposite ways. So most people be like, oh, it's not a Posi. But I'm saying, don't listen to any of that. I saw the carrier. I took it out of a car in Pick and Pull that has G80 in the trunk. And when I saw the carrier, it was a Posi carrier. And then I took this one out, and this one was a Posi carrier. That's why I got one from Pick and Pull, right? Because I thought this was a non-Posi, because I jacked it up. The wheels went both different ways. But guess what? When I opened it up, I saw it was the same carrier that I had just got from Pick and Pull. And I'm gonna show you guys so you can know. Here's the other carrier right here. Right there. That's a Posi. That's a Posi right here. Limited slip from a 8.5 10 bolt Caprice. All right, so these ones, as far as I'm seeing, go different ways. Now, when it came to figuring out the rear end gear ratio, me and my brother, we had a time with it, because we were spinning the tires around, right? And the drive shaft only went around 1.5 times for one revolution. The drive shaft only went 1 time, 1.5 times. So we were both scratching our heads like, what's going on here? Making us question everything we ever learned or knew or anything. So he went reading up on it, and they're saying for the non-Posi, I'm like, I don't know if y'all should quote me on any of this, but it's the only way this is making sense, right? Something about these cars right here. Not that, don't pay attention to this Caprice. The 94 through 96, maybe some other years. Caprice and Impala. That's what I'm sticking with right now. 94, 96, 8.5 10 bolt. When I was twisting those wheels around one revolution, my drive shaft was only going 1.5, and that's not even possible. Like, the lowest you could have is like a 256 or something, right? It wasn't even hitting that. It was going like 1.5. And he was like, nah. And I was like, nah. We tried both wheels, because look, when you spin this one, drive shaft wasn't really going, right? This one, drive shaft was reacting more, but still was funny. So we ended up putting a chalk on that one right there, the passenger side. We chalked that tire so it wasn't moving. Then we were spinning this one full revolution. It still only did about 1.5 times that the drive shaft went. So he went and looked up something. I was done with YouTube videos, because YouTube videos are just people who go like this. You want to check if it's Posi or not? Jack it up and see if it spins the same direction. If it does, it's Posi. If it doesn't, it's non-Posi or limited slip or whatever. But that's not the case. You look at those videos, look in the comments, all the people saying, I have a LSD, limited slip differential, and mine goes both ways. So every car manufacturer has a different name and different setup, and they do different things. So then again, this is for the 8.5 10 bolt out of the Caprice Impala from 94 through 96. You could even take it earlier if you want. I think that rear end came from like 1970 on up or something. But I'm not dealing with that because none of this is making any sense to me. So he went and looked up in some books, I think some real manuals or books. He came back talking about for non-posi, they were doing it twice. Like you were going around twice, and then they were getting their number. I don't know. This is just what happened here because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, the car runs good, it drives fine, everything. There's no problem, no noises or nothing. But I'm saying when we're doing this test, shit wasn't making any sense. So it should be a 308. That's what the Impala 95 came with. Same with the Caprice 9C1. I mean, they could have others, but mostly there were 308s in those vehicles. So we did it twice, and it equaled right. It went around one. I said one time was going 1.5, so 2 times, like the book was saying, for a non-posi or something, you got to do it twice. Anyway, that gave me it ran around 3 times, and that's about a 308. So that's at least that added up. So I don't know if this helped any of you guys right here. Maybe it will, because someone's going to be watching all those videos, and then they're going to try to figure out what their car is, and they're going to say, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, we were saying this car right here defies all logic. Like, it just does whatever it wants. So there's that. So this is just my car, maybe. But if this helps any of you guys, then there you go. Also, since I thought they were going the same way, right? Both sides, I was thinking go the same way. When I originally got this Posi unit carrier out of Pick and Pull, the one that's in here now, I got it out of a 92 Caprice. It had G80 in the trunk. And at that time, I wasn't knowing anything except for they should be going the same way. So the wheels were off. I put a vice grip on the other side so I could see it, right? So when I turned it, they were going the same way. So I was like, yeah, Posi. Now, I have to check the video to make sure that's true, but I swear they were going the same way with the wheels off. So maybe with the wheels on, it has some type of weight and it starts sending them different directions. I don't know. It's not making any sense except for that right there. All these cars are different. All the manufacturers, Posi units, limited slip, sure track, true track, whatever you want to call it, whatever your car's got, it's all gonna act differently. We went to the Mustang 5.0 rear end and did it, and they both go the same way with the wheels on. So I'm not talking about that, and I'm not talking about anything else. And then my GTO right here, they told me it was a Posi when I got it, right? So when of course, I jacked it up, spun the wheels, and they go opposite directions. So I said, man, they didn't have a Posi for all these years. I was like, it doesn't have Posi. But now I'm thinking, maybe it does. So I tried to do some brakes. I've done some brake stands on this thing before and tried to do some donuts, and it didn't really react like it had Posi. But maybe I didn't give it to it hard enough because my mind already told me it doesn't have it, right? So now that I know they possibly are limited slip Posi differentials, I'm probably gonna bring this thing out somewhere and get on it and just see if I lay down two strips or what happens. And so I don't know, man. Maybe you guys know more than me about it. I don't know. I'm not gonna doubt that. Not to everyone, but to most people, they would tell me, nah, if it's going opposite directions, it's not a Posi. But I guarantee you, this is a limited slip. This is a limited slip Posi traction rear end. And there, you can tell it's 8.5. those two little knobs on it. So I was trying to make videos showing how to check the rear end gear ratio, but every time I did it, it was like only going around one time. So I just gave up. My videos were crap. I wasn't finna teach anyone anything except for that I didn't know what I was talking about. But maybe I do know what I'm talking about now. I'm not sure. I can't find any 8.5 10 bolt Impala SS Caprice specialists out there, and maybe they didn't even check. Maybe they'd check it by just lighting it up or checking the codes in the trunk. Now see, I got to check mine because this is a 95 motor and transmission and stuff, and I can't get my OBD. I can't get my check engine light going. I mean, I can't check my codes because, yeah, I got both of them now. I can't check my codes because these 94s and 95s have something wrong with them. When it comes to checking the engine codes on 94s and 95s, a lot of people are complaining that this thing or this thing, the paper clip, isn't working, which it doesn't work on my car. It just turns the check engine light off. So I'm like, oh, I gotta put an OBD2 in there and then have an OBD1 reader. I have to have an OBD2 port with a OBD2 scanner that can also do an OBD1 scan, or an old school OBD1 scanner that gives me more info. Now I'll put this OBD2 on here, but I got a 95 computer, so it wasn't linking up. So now I'm like, I gotta get a 96 computer, which I was gonna do, because there's a couple Roadmasters and there's a Caprice in Pick and Pull. They might have a computer that I need because they're all 96s. But I'm thinking they might have different rear end ratios. So that's why I was like, I need to be able to check the rear end ratio. I know. Just hit the horn. I don't know why it didn't work. That's weak. Even my horn's not working right now. I just did that for fun. I don't know why it didn't work. Like I said, this car, that was me getting frustrated right there, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just hit the horn, because I got the Cadillac. I got the Cadillac horn, right? And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just hit it. Yeah! My brother's gonna be like, what the hell are you honking for? So I just had to hit the horn one time just because I'm getting frustrated with this car. It's like ridiculous. So there it is. I was gonna get a 95 computer. I might also learn how to flash these computers, but then I gotta break out with a laptop, some wiring, find the programs, do all that, and I'm like, this is just getting ridiculous. So my car does run right now. It's got the 95 stuff. Hope it's got the 308s back here, which it should have. But there's that. So yeah, a mystery car right here. Pretty much. So I don't know if that helps anyone. This is pretty much a random video about all the stuff wrong with this car. But yeah, the rear, don't listen to any videos until you do your own research maybe. So like if you have one of these Impala or Caprices, 94 through 96 or something, and you're trying to figure out what's going on with the rear end gear ratio, and something's not adding up like all them other videos say, then maybe it's something about these cars, these rear ends, that I did it twice. I went around twice and it gave me the number that I wanted. So that's what I did. And we chalked one of the tires because, and we chalked the driver's side, we chalked the passenger side so it wouldn't move, and we spun the driver's side. And that was actually making the drive shaft and the tire was moving more fluid. Without chalking the other side tire and having it both up in the air, the drive shaft was like not moving fluidly, like it was moving a little, and it really wasn't reacting correctly. But this car runs and drives fine. I went around the corner the other day. I feel like I felt a little bit of Posi action. It doesn't make any noise and it drives good. On the freeway, it feels like it's a 308, I would guess. It's not some super high gears, but the overdrive on these is pretty good. So even if I had 411s or 373, it would still be moving pretty good on the overdrive and the freeway. So there it is. I don't know if any of this information can help you guys, or if anyone's understanding what the hell I'm talking about. But if you had problems figuring out your gear ratio on a 94 through 96 Impala, give or take a few years or models, then maybe this information will help you. And also, if you have a 95 Caprice or Impala or a 94 and you're having trouble reading your engine codes on the OBD1 system, you're gonna have to probably get another scanner that'll read OBD1 more than just a blinking check engine light. Or you're gonna have to switch maybe to OBD2, which I might do if I can find the computer. That makes sense? Hopefully it did. So that's about it for now. Yeah, that's it for now. I'm about to go make a hamburger or something. All right, y'all. I hope that information helped, because I've been pretty confused here. But now I think I know what I got to do, and that is find a 96 computer. And I'm still not sure, like, if the gear ratio's got to match up. I think it does, though. So I don't even think I want to grab a Roadmaster computer if it had 256s in it. But I'm not even sure what the difference would actually be. So as far as I know, they told me it was a 95 Impala that this donor car was used for. So I never changed anything. I got the computer that came with it. I got the rear end. I changed the carrier, but I kept the ring gear, so it should all be the same. And I changed the carrier on it because I felt like the one out of the 92 would have had less abuse on it, because it had pretty low miles. I mean, it was like low 100,000 mile range, and also it was a 92, so it had like a 5.0 motor in it, and I just didn't feel like people would have really been getting on it like they might have been getting on a 95 Impala. All right, that's about it for now. I hope maybe this helps someone out there. So if you got a 94 or 95 Impala or one of them GMs, you can't read the engine codes, don't feel bad. It's probably not you, it's probably the car. And also, pretty much don't believe any of the videos you see about people telling you how to check if it's Posi traction or not. All right, cool. See you guys later. Peace.